The world title match is underway. The ROH World Champion Samoa Joe against the challenger, the returning notorious 187 Homicide. And Homicide wearing a cap and kind of throwing Joe off a little bit. Joe demanding to be taken off. And look at Joe, definitely distracted by that cap, perhaps a psych out job by Homicide. Homicide mysteriously missing the last two shows. And the last time we saw him at the Last Stand in Baltimore in January, oh, look at that, he's jumping Joe right now. But Homicide just walked out of the building and said his ROH career might be over. He then sent Smokes to challenge Joe. Joe took out Julius Smokes. That's why J-Train's not here right now. And Homicide has made his return. We don't know where he was. But what we do know right now is he's got this world title match against Samoa Joe. And it's starting off hot and heavy right here. A long history between these two men. A lot of hatred between them. SDF attempt. No, Joe avoids it, and Joe gets an SDF of his own. Hot start right here in this heated world title match. Definitely both men trying to psych each other out. Big boot right there stops Homicide, and that kick. Homicide rolls to the floor. Homicide and Samoa Joe, it goes back to do or die. And look at Homicide. This isn't an anything goes match. That chair is not legal. As I say, May 31st, 2003, do or die. That was the first world title match between these two, and Joe almost had to kill Homicide in that one. Many feel if Homicide wasn't distracted by Loki and Julius Smokes arguing at ringside, he would have been world champion. Then Empire State Showdown, October 25th, 2003, non-title match. Homicide, he had the noose around the neck of Samoa Joe and choked him out to win. He almost killed Samoa Joe there. In fact, in the promo that we saw in the opening of this tape, Homicide said he only let go because he just wanted to prove he could beat Joe. And look at Homicide throwing the stairs at the fans. Wow, this is a whole different side of Homicide. Those fans were kind of taunting Homicide, and I guess you just don't do that. But I can't get into the whole history of Homicide Samoa Joe. It really goes back to 2002. It includes those riots in 2003. And now we're seeing the next chapter right here. Samoa Joe was almost ducking Homicide for a while, but with the emergence of the Pure title, Joe said, I'm not going to duck any challengers. I'm taking all on everybody, including I will be the first ROH World Champion to defend the title on consecutive nights. And that's what he plans on doing right here in St. Paul. And if he retains the title tomorrow night in Chicago, he'll have Matt Striker. Joe now, he's got Homicide down. Homicide trying to cover up. Joe, though, with those cross bases. And that one connects, and another one connects. Homicide showing telling people how much he hates Joe. It'll be real interesting to see what happens in this one. Homicide said he's out for blood. Before he just wanted to beat Joe. This time he won't let go of the noose like he did at Empire State Showdown. He wants to avenge his friend, his manager, Julius Smokes. Look at that stretch by Samoa Joe. Very unique. That Pure title has brought out another side of Samoa Joe, too, as he is determined to make sure that the world title remains the most prestigious belt in ROH. And by defending it against someone like Homicide, and then if he retains against someone like Matt Striker tomorrow night, he's going to prove that. Of course, the Pure champion, AJ Styles, who won that great tournament at the second anniversary show, unable to be here this weekend. And right now, Homicide has Joe backed into the ropes. Big chop. Oh, and look at Joe. It's going to take more than that to hurt Joe. Both men having words for each other. Another big chop. What an exchange between these two. Can you feel the hatred? Oh, and look who's back. How's your stomach, punk?
Yeah, that's cute, Lovey. You know, apparently I can't rest after my match with American Dragon. And Artie, the guy that's in your earpiece, said that if I don't come back out here and finish the job I signed on to do and complete the show, that I wasn't going to get paid.
Please, you just love the mic time. Don't give me that.
So when you see Artie and he's got 2 black eyes and a bunch of chipped teeth, that's what happens when you talk back to CM Punk.
And once again, for the second time, you disgusted me and all the fans by attacking Ricky Steamboat. A nice little swerve there with Colt Cabana saying he was going to the hospital.
Wasn't that great?
You better believe that. You better watch out for Steamboat when he makes his Ring of Honor return in May.
Yeah, I'm sure Steamboat's going to he's probably too afraid to show up in Chicago tomorrow, right?
He's not booked tomorrow. He had another commitment.
Yeah.
But he will be there May 15th in Boston, May 22nd in Philadelphia, and June 24th in Baltimore, so you better watch out. But Punk, this isn't time for you to cut a promo. This is world title time. Homicide, Samoa Joe, one of the hottest rivalries in ROH history, and it's heating up right here in St. Paul.
And apparently Homicide didn't read the chapter in his Pro Wrestling Handbook about headbutting Samoans.
Homicide, those headbutts had no effect, but these two have really been striking each other hard. And look, you can see the welts on Samoa Joe's forehead, and yet it had little or no effect on Samoa Joe. And Joe in the ropes. I really want to talk about that Steamboat attack more, but I got to stay focused on this world title.
Yeah, stay focused on this. I guarantee you never see Steamboat here again if he doesn't show up tomorrow.
He'll be back in May.
Yeah, he'll be back in May. Thought he was supposed to show. He had prior commitments. He's committed to his dialysis machine, sitting at home.
I'm putting all my attention on this match now. The world title is at stake. Samoa Joe, he defeated Jay Briscoe in that bloodbath steel cage match last show to be ROH World Champion for 1 year. Can he make it past his 13th month as ROH World Champion? And he's got a tall order this weekend with Homicide, and then if he makes it past him, Matt Striker. Oh, big running forearm.
Like a freight train. Homicide looks like he's trying to score with a whole bunch of stuff that normally doesn't work against Joe. He's trying to suplex him. He's trying to headbutt him.
Oh, he gets plated with that sidewalk slam.
He takes to the air, and he comes up short.
Huge tope by the big man.
Joe taking a completely unnecessary risk.
Well, when you're dealing with Homicide, nothing's unnecessary. You should know that after your matches against Homicide. What a match you guys had at Round Robin Challenge 2 and The Last Stand.
But Joe's beat Homicide before. He's pinned him clean in the ring. He doesn't need to be flying around.
The last meeting, Homicide won. Whoa, Homicide dumped up over the guardrail.
Yeah, if he's not careful, he's gonna hit one of those lights and send it toppling over.
Ooh, did you hear that thud?
I think Joe heard it. Look at the look on his face.
Of course, no countouts here in ROH. If they're out there for too long, Paul Turner can DQ him, but it's going to take a lot for a world title match to end in a disqualification.
Yeah, there's no way that's going to happen.
Right now, Homicide getting tossed into the ring by Samoa Joe, the ROH World Champion. He brings prestige to that title with every passing defense. He makes history with every passing defense. Can he make it to 13 months as ROH World Champion?
Paul Turner in good position right there by the shoulders of Homicide, counting the pinfall. Nice backbreaker by Samoa Joe.
Let me ask you something, though. Real quick, I got to ask you, how's that stomach going to be for tomorrow night?
His stomach's going to be fine for tomorrow night. Don't worry.
And look at that, a grab right there.
And doubly painful is the Samoa Joe special.
Oh, he is just sitting back on it. That is unnatural. And look at Homicide with those heel kicks to the head. Gets out of it. Beautifully done by Homicide, but his lower back is in a world of pain.
He's opening up all kinds of stuff for Joe to do to him here.
Boy, this match has been non-stop since the beginning. Both men putting it all on the line. No feeling out process in the early going.
Oh, these men have been in the ring with each other so many times there doesn't need to be a feeling out process. And you know what's coming here, Lovey.
This is one of the hottest, fastest growing rivalries in Ring of Honor.
Somebody's got a dirty face.
The fans here in St. Paul loving it as they have all night. They finally got to see ROH live as ROH is reborn.
Homicide's going to need a facelift if he gets one more of them.
Could you imagine if Ring of Honor is reborn with a new world champion?
Now that'd be something to talk about, wouldn't it?
And it could very well be Homicide, the MVP of Ring of Honor in 2003. One great match after another. In fact, practically every show he wrestled on, he stole the show. Too many great matches to list. So many classics, one after another. He would make a proud champion, no doubt about that.
Joe now trying to wear down Homicide. Homicide gets these bursts of speed and energy in the ring, and I don't know where he gets it from, but apparently Joe goes on to him here.
He is trying to wear down Homicide with that modified Dragon Sleeper. Homicide struggling to get out of it. Of course, as you mentioned, Homicide does get those adrenaline bursts. Very dangerous when he does. Homicide, he wants to hit the cop killer. Joe, you have to watch out for the island driver or the choke or the muscle buster. And Joe has to watch out for the double knee to the head, and the champion is down.
That's too late now. See if Homicide can capitalize on this. Nice short neck breaker.
Cover.
Once again, Paul Turner in great position right by the shoulders of Joe. Homicide needs to hook a leg, though. Homicide's not big enough to win off a lateral press on a guy Samoa Joe's size.
Oh, big power driver drops all Joe's weight right on his neck and head. Cover!
He collapsed right on him.
Foot on the bottom rope.
Joe, luckily near the rope, saves his title perhaps. And look at Homicide. He looks a little puzzled. He thought that he could have gotten a 3 there.
Homicide?
You saw that look in his eye. He's wondering what it's going to take next.
Thinking the count's questionable.
Big kick to the back.
And he's putting all his weight on Joe right now. He's riding him.
And see, he's trying to cut off the oxygen supply to the big man.
Definitely.
And look at Joe. He's turning purple. He is cutting off that oxygen supply. Joe could be out here.
Hey, in a way, it's almost like that noose back in New York.
And Homicide said he's not going to let go this time. Oh, and Joe reaches the ropes, once again saving himself with those ropes. And that's something, if he was a pure champion, he might not be able to do.
No, don't bring that up around Joe. Joe hates that title.
And look at those quick chops.
Here we go for an island driver. No. Homicide is enziguri by Homicide. Sends Joe all the way to the floor.
Beautiful. Tope Carrillo scores. You know what's interesting? That's only the 3rd dive we've seen tonight.
Oh, Homicide hits that every single chance he gets.
Normally you see a lot more dives on a Ring of Honor show.
Homicide comes through those ropes with such velocity. I honestly, I can't describe it. He's like a bullet leaving a gun.
You felt that Tope Carrillo before.
Many times.
That'll knock the wind right out of you. And look at Joe. He is dazed, but he reverses that on Homicide. Hard into the steel. They've seen it on the home releases. Now the fans get to do it live. The old ole kick.
Joe didn't even bother to take the time to seat Homicide that time. He just outright kicked him in the ear.
Maybe that's a sense of urgency from Samoa Joe right there. These two have been going at a breakneck speed since the very beginning of this match. Homicide takes that steel barricade one more time.
You know, there's no chance that Paul Turner's going to call this for these guys being outside too much. So the longer Homicide stays out here, the worse it's going to be for him. Joe's going to take him apart back here, and he's going to pin what's left of him as soon as he gets it back in the ring. That's the 3rd Ole kick, or is that the 2nd?
That's Ole kick number 2.
That is the 2nd Ole kick.
And the fans here in St. Paul, what a show they witnessed. What a debut as ROH becomes reborn. And they are loving it right now. Homicide in the world of trouble, though.
Paul Turner looks like he's pleading with Joe to get him back in the ring.
Yeah, you're right about that. Homicide, though, it looks like that world title is slipping from his grasp right now unless he mounts some serious offense in a hurry.
Joe don't have to beat Homicide. Homicide has to beat Joe. Joe could take the DQ, but that's not his style.
No, in fact, he wants to raise that prestige of the world title even more so than ever because of the pure title. He does not want that pure title to catch up to the world title. He has a big issue with that pure title. Whipping corner to corner. Homicide catches Joe, saves himself once again. Swinging DDT scores.
Can Homicide make the cover? Once again, just a lateral press. He's got to hook those big legs.
And don't forget, it only takes a 3 count.
Every single match
3 seconds.
Every single match is 3 seconds away from being over.
Homicide's 3 seconds away from wearing that belt. You know he wants that belt more than anything in the world. Tries again. This time Joe shoves him off. Oh, a big chop. Oh, Joe just dumps him in the corner with that over-the-head belly-to-belly.
Look at the pain etched all over the face of Homicide. Joe senses this is over.
What an athletic match we're witnessing.
Vintage Joe right here. Powerbomb.
Cover. Turns it over. Oh, Homicide gets out of the STF. Might have saved the match for himself. Big slap and a dragon screw.
Did you hear that slap?
And there's the STF. He's got it hooked. This is one of Joe's favorite holds to wear down an opponent for that choke.
Step over toe face lock. This is what won Masahiro Chono his first NWA heavyweight title.
And look at Homicide. He sees the ropes within his grasp. Can he make it? Can he reach? He's almost there. Yes. And look at Joe. Frustration on the face of Samoa Joe.
He needs to pull him right back in the center of the ring and apply the hold.
Did you see the chest of Samoa Joe heaving? He is getting worn down. He is tired. The longer this match goes, the more it seems to be favoring Homicide.
Joe set for what looks like to be a big lariat. He pinned one of the Briscoes with the lariat.
Homicide, though, taking his time, getting to his feet, getting his wind back.
Here we go.
Yes. Ace crusher. Joe staggered. Huge lariat. Both men down. Homicide. Yes, cover. New champion.
Joe barely escapes. And now I really got to wonder if Homicide would have hooked the leg. We might have a new champion here at Reborn Night 1.
Homicide might only be one move away from winning the world title. The champion is in trouble.
He's peeled off that elbow sleeve. He's going for a new lariat.
Uh-oh, here it is. If he connects, it's going to be all over. Oh, Joe blocks him. He's going for the choke. He's going for the choke. Oh, no. He blocks the suplex attempt. Oh, big knees. Roll up. Cover. 1, 2. Yes, break out. Oh, hold on. What's going on? No, Turner is saying Samoa Joe kicked.
Look at Joe. Joe's desperate to find out if that was 2.
Paul Turner saying it's only 2.
Did the bell ring? Did the bell ring?
Yeah, I thought we had a new champion. And look at Homicide. He thought that was 3.
Did Turner signal for the bell?
Yes, he did. Homicide thinks he won.
Nope, he's saying it's 2.
Did Joe kick out? I think he did. I'm not sure, though. I thought we had the 3. I'm real confused. And look at Homicide.
He kicked out. If Turner says he kicked out, he kicked out.
Oh, look at the look on Homicide's face. He thought that he had the world title. He knows that he had the world title. Look at that look on his face. Oh, he just hit Turner. Homicide just snapped. Joe with a big boot. And what? There's no referee.
What?
The lights are out. What's going on here?
I can't see anything.
What is going on? The lights. Oh my God! Oh my God! What was Homicide just fireball Joe?
Homicide has just absolutely crossed the line. Somebody's at.
Look at this scumbag!
I can understand one thing about being emotional. 1 second thinking you're the world champion and realizing that you're not.
Homicide is snapped. Homicide thought he had the world title, and where did that fireball come from?
Look at the crowd.
They're shocked. I am shocked. And
Hansen's down.
He hits Hansen. He hits Brian Gorey. Empty the back.